so many things that are iconic about it. And with technology and times rapidly changing, we're losing touch with certain things. And I kind of want to showcase and highlight that of some of the things that make New York City so uniquely different from all the other cities in the world.
Algorand, Algorand. Hey, what's good, y'all? It's Seawill, and this is the Passive Income Network. We have a special guest with us today, Jonathan Luna, or Johnny Moon. What's good? What's good?
What's up, YouTube? What's up, social media? What's world, digital world? How y'all doing?
Yeah, so welcome to the Passive Income Network. I want to set the scene for the audience. So we have an artist here that has an NFT project that is dropping, I believe, tomorrow, if I'm correct. And this big,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you just look out. You follow him on social media. You'll get all his handles and whatnot. But he got an NFT project dropping. He's been an artist for many years, and he's now entered the NFT space, and particularly on the Algorand blockchain. So I know a lot of Algo fam watch these videos, and they like to get educated on who's in the community making things happen. So Jonathan's in the Passive Income Network Discord. He was talking about making a collaboration. So of course, here we are. I reached out. He followed up, and we're making it happen. So you want to introduce yourself for the audience? Give a
Sure.
insight on who you are.
So my name is Jonathan Michael Luna. That's my real name. No, I'm not ashamed to say it. But my artist name, a lot of you might know me by Johnny Moon. I'm also a DJ and an artist. I've been doing art since I was very young, straight out the womb. My first painting I ever had in Brooklyn Museum at the age of 11 years old. And I don't know if you guys been to New York or know New York City trends, but I entered a contest when I was really young, which was a citywide contest. And I took first place, and my artwork got displayed on every single subway, every single bus. As a matter of fact, every single ad on every bus and every subway was my artwork. It
Shit.
literally took over all of New York City for about an entire summer. It was for the summer meals program, which was sick because that was the first time that's ever happened in history. That started the whole trend of advertisers taking over entire carts and stations to try to push their products.
You talking about smacking right on the side, like on the buses and stuff?
Oh man, I'm talking about the entire, every single ad you seen on the bus was just my ad over. Every single ad, as well as the bus itself wrapped in my ad.
That's wild.
So it was a comic strip that I designed for the summer meals program called Lunchman. It was basically like a mad scientist who pretended to be a cook, and he was putting additives and chemicals and stuff into the food, getting kids fat, chubby, and sick. So Lunchman came today with the food pyramid and took care of all that for kids, cultivated the culture, and honestly, that's what I'm trying to do now.
I could dig it. So okay. So it's
So
yeah. Continue.
yeah, I just want to tell you guys a little bit about the project now that you got a little background. Born and raised in New York City, and I decided to take this on because I'm realizing a lot of things have changed. We're moving so rapidly into this new world, and I started a new YouTube channel called Life 3.0, and the story behind that is basically things progress, and we're heading towards a new world that's being ushered in on the backbone of Web 3.0. So I look at this
Can you
as
break
our
down
life.
Web 3.0 a little bit?
That's a broad term, but it consists of a shift. Well, I'll give you a great example. So Web 1.0 was straight up HTML, CSS, and animated GIFs, if you remember those.
Yep.
So back in the day with like the MySpace page where it took 30, 40 minutes to load and it's just cats, literally, all day. It was ridiculous. But that was Web 1.0. Now we're in 2.0, which is giving us a more dynamic way of expressing ourselves. And there's no way you can deny Web 2.0 has completely, literally changed everyone's lives. Because back in the day, Web 2, 1.0, parents were like, what is this? Now 2.0, we got grandparents on it. You know what I'm saying? It's
Facts.
changed
Social media.
lives. Yes. Granny's got a Twitter page. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So 3.0 is going to take it to a whole new world where it changes the way we live our lives. We're talking decentralized world where an opportunity for the small guy can take over or it could stand with the giants. We're currently in a state of life where we have given up everything in normalize it and we accept it. We no longer have ownership. We don't have an ownership society. If you look at the big companies and what we're putting our money in all the time, you own nothing.
Facts.
Look at Spotify, okay? Music subscriptions. You ain't got no music. You don't own no music. None of that is yours. That's why this whole NFT game is so important.
Man.
Not just for owning the music, like you own the album, but now you can own royalties to it. That's crazy. That's next level. And not just as a consumer who's supporting their artists, but as the artists themselves. Now they're getting up to 90% royalties compared to the industry where sometimes they're only getting like 5% of their royalties. It's crazy.
I know. So what we hearing is that for us regular folks, we have a lot more opportunities happening with this Web3. So we met because of cryptocurrency, Algorand, right? Can you talk about how you got into Algorand? Like what brought you over to this blockchain in particular?
Well, honestly, I feel like it's really important to do your homework and to know when you invest in anything. Now, I knew I'm still learning all day, every day. It's like that's the whole thing. You should always be learning. So people come to me for advice all the time and ask me what they should be investing in. I simply say I can't give you that answer because I don't know what your goals are.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So you got different types. You got swing traders, day traders. You got people who like to stake and hold. You got people who like to swap coins to rack up quantity of coins, hoping that you get a big chunk and eventually that'll pop off and you're golden.
It's strategies, right? It's a lot of ways to get it.
Yeah, and then you gotta figure out those people who are in there for a quick flip or people who are in there for a long run. People who are trying to make that legacy wealth, you know? And that's what I'm in it for. I don't invest necessarily in just coins that are popping. I'm totally against the meme coin wave.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're trying to make a quick flip, I ain't mad at you, but I'm not trying to spend 24/7 watching that clock to try to flip it. And even if I did, it still probably wouldn't work out. You know why? Because that blockchain that is built on is so slow.
Hey, yeah, like
those kind of flips like that, you losing.
Hell no, like
and that's part of why I came to Algorand.
Yes, so what you alluded to at the end was Ethereum, and
not just Ethereum, because all these other up and coming chains, for the most part, are built on the backbone of Ethereum.
Facts. Yeah, because I feel the same way. Like after, like you said, when you do enough research in cryptocurrency, you slowly run into Algorand by just the utility, the finality of transactions, the ease of use. You know what I'm saying? Like just using a My Algo wallet and it integrates with the Algorand wallet, one account, the security. I like the aspect of the passcode and the phrases. And then I have used multiple blockchains. Like you said, you got to set gas fees. Is it going to be slow? Is it going to be medium? Is it going to be fast? Is it a crunch in time? Is a lot of people using that at one time, which means your fee is going to go up? All kind of things could happen. And that's how I got on Algorand the same way.
Yeah, so I'm definitely about investing in tech.
Yeah.
And if you look at the tech behind it, Algorand has by far some of the best technology in place. And the second thing you should look at, in my opinion, is the team behind it. So the experience of people behind it, because you can have some great technology. Like if I had a couple $1 million, I could hire a designer to make a great product and put it out.
Facts.
That doesn't mean I know how to operate and tweak that product to improve it as you go on. So the team behind it plays a huge role in the longevity of the project. And then after that, the next thing you should look at is the community behind it. You got the developer community as well as the consumer community.
Well, yeah, and the users.
An idea, yeah, of what's got some stability and where the long hold.
Okay, y'all. The audience. So when y'all watch this, either on Spotify, we was talking about Spotify, but watch it on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube. Really pay attention to what Johnny Luna is saying because this is some real information. I definitely, it's like as if we were building a portfolio together or something, but this is the same thing I look for is that solid team. That's like we seen Opolis took off. They have a solid team. They have a real product and a project. And of course, they built on the best blockchain. So like these type of things. Oh yeah. And then we didn't even mention the passive income opportunities.
Oh.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I'm sorry, for me, that's like, a given, so I forgot to mention that.
me too. Look, this is passive income network, so you know that's what it's all about. This whole channel from the very first video is about getting money passively, right? So can we run back into NFTs?
Yes.
Um, let's talk about your project a little bit, even if it's not ready to be out, or if it is. Let's just talk about it and get this into the
Sure.
minds and hearts of the people. What kind of project is it? Like, break it down.
Absolutely. So, being born and raised in New York City, New York City being such an iconic city throughout the world, you
Facts.
look at film, media, and just talking social media. It's New York is a staple of, especially when it comes to economy. For the most part, New York was considered the most wealthiest city in the world. Not sure exactly where that stands now, especially with the true value of fiat. So
I know, right?
it's all fluff. But anyway, with that said, New York has so many things that are iconic about it. And with technology and times rapidly changing, we're losing touch with certain things. And I kind of want to showcase and highlight that of some of the things that make New York City so uniquely different from all the other cities in the world. And that's what my art is representing. Right now, the first series that I'm dropping is the MetroCard series. MetroCard is a staple of iconic New Yorkers. Every single New Yorker has a MetroCard in their wallet. And when you got tourists who come to New York, that's one of the first things they get their hands on. And they love to take selfies with that MetroCard because the MetroCard is the golden ticket to New York City. It will get you around.
So I never been to New York. So break it down for me. MetroCard meeting as in what?
So I should have one handy. Do I have one nearby?
So
Where's my wallet?
I'm in Portland. We do have a Max. We have buses, but it ain't nothing like New York, from my understanding. Oh, that's a MetroCard.
Back in 1993, and basically it has a magnetic strip similar to a credit card,
Yep.
and you just dip it into bus or swipe it on turnstile for a train system, and that gives you access to the metro system. So
Wow.
New York City is massive, and we have the most congested slash biggest metro system. So anybody coming into New York or living in New York, that's an everyday part of their life. And what people are not realizing, 2023 is going to be the last year of the MetroCard. It's being phased out because we're moving over to more technology.
What?
Yeah, so at this point, pretty much what you do, we're using a new system called OMI, and it's
OMI?
like yeah, basically you tap in your phone to pay. You can tap your phone, your Wi-Fi cards that have a Wi-Fi chip enabled, or a smartwatch. So it streamlines the whole process of onboarding and exiting. And the reason I even introduced this in the first place, and this is funny as hell, is because New York City and rush hour, and there's so many people congested in this city, we were depending on a token system. And the tokens were congesting the flow of traffic during rush hour. And to try to streamline it, they came up with this concept. And now this is at that point where they need to speed it up because New York just keeps growing, and now it's just tap and go.
Damn. That is kind of, that's crazy.
And there's been a ton of different series released for that. For example, they have the green edition, which, the first one that came out was blue with gold letters.
Okay.
That's bingo. Now those things sell on eBay for like $150, $200, just the card. And there's value in it. It's culture.
That shit crazy.
It's culture. And soon this won't even exist anymore. So guys, start collecting them. They're going to be worth something.
That's wild.
And soon they'll be all gone and no longer obtainable, just like my NFT. So get your hands on them before they're gone.
Okay. So I got to make my way out to Brooklyn then. Like, I never been to New York. Yeah, but we're gonna make our way out there. It's on the list. So MetroCard. Is there any other New York items or culture that you're gonna put into the NFTs?
This is just the first wave, first series. The next series is gonna. I don't know if I should even say it.
Don't say it. No, I'm playing. Say it.
Whatever. The next one is. It's kind of funny. So the next series that we're gonna put out is bacon, egg, and cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese is such an iconic New York move right there. That bacon, egg, and cheese and a cup of coffee. And there's so many different variations. Well, New York is very diverse.
Yeah, for sure. Melting pot.
Chunks of it is very gentrified. So because of that, a lot of the New York tradition is kind of shifted, where you might have a little more of an artisan taste on that bacon, egg, and cheese. So it might seem really corny and simple, but trust me, there's a lot of variation there, and we're gonna have fun with it with the NFTs.
Okay.
And if you're a New Yorker, you completely understand where I'm coming from with that bacon, egg, and cheese.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, there's thousands more. After that, the next wave is gonna be the phone booths. So payphones were huge, and if you look at any movie from New York City back in the day, they always had the payphone scene.
Yes, they did.
Always. First, it started with a booth where you could go in, open it, and close it. Full privacy. You know, where Superman did his change. We had those. They got phased out to like little sectional pieces, individual payphones.
Yeah.
Now they're nothing but restrooms for homeless people.
Damn, technology. Yeah. I know, because we all got cell phones and So okay, so your projects are paying homage to your city. Shout out to New York, and also putting the culture and the art onto the blockchain. Let's talk about your process. Are you drawing? Are you using some type of digital media? I'm always interested in that.
So right now, everything I'm doing is sketching from the top of my head. I'm not even using reference pictures unless there's like, for example, when I'm doing research for Metro cards, I'll look at some reference pictures just to get an appreciation and understanding of what the product and the project was and why they did that move. For example, the green Metro cards, the ones with the green text, they released those because they started a green initiative where they were converting all the New York City buses to hybrid buses. And to celebrate that, they said New York going green with the green text. So I would have not known that background story unless I found that reference image and did a little digging. But outside of that, everything is coming from up in here and is going on to digital media and put it out there.
Hey,
I'm not tracing, copying nothing, taking nobody's other work. It's all original. And I'm being respectful to IP. So if you see this compared to my artwork, this says MetroCard where mine doesn't. I don't have MTA on it. It says my initials. So it's considered a, what's that word? A parody, so to speak.
Yep.
So parodies are completely legal to do. They're not copyright infringing. Keep that in mind, artists.
Because it's like,
NFTs.
I was about to say, it is a problem with just people logo grabbing, which, I guess if some projects are like open source in the sense that they're kind of giving their logos out, then but there is a lot of that going on slowly, and we know that the authentic art will separate itself as it's been doing, and that's what we aim to see.
User friendly things come out with like blockchain explorers that help verify real art versus bootleg art. And it'll make it easier for more people to come on board the wave, because right now, one, they don't understand it. So people like you and me that get it are vital to the survival and thriving of this new era that's coming in. Cultivate the culture.
Facts, because it's about education. We got to educate, because as when I entered this space, there was a huge learning curve to get in here. It's like you got to damn near change your thinking and be open to all this new technology, and then you got to have the conviction, the trust in this technology. And then just, I was talking to my girl about this. It is weird sometimes talking to people. You don't know what their face look like or their voice, but you know who you're talking to. So it's kind of, it's insane actually. But, talking to people from you write the same way you write on Discord, that you write on Twitter or whatever, that you write on Instagram. So, I always like to match things up and try to see who I'm dealing with. It's interesting space. That's what I'm getting at. Very interesting.
I've been live streaming for the last 6 years, so it's kind of natural for me at this point. It's not weird. Plus, over the web, I've interviewed 700-800 people.
Damn.
So, I'm just very comfortable talking to strangers at this point. Plus, my background is promotional marketing, and all I ever did was talk to strangers, trying to sell products and services that I had no invested interest in.
That New York hustle, huh?
It's what it is. It's good money too, but I'll be honest with you, I don't regret it because I've learned so much from it. So much.
The development and all that. Can we talk about, you say you DJ as well? I make music, so talk about what's up with this.
So been DJing since I was 14 years old, playing in clubs, and music is a big part of my life. I'm loving it.
Well, you talking about with the crates, right?
Yeah, I started with crates, and now it's all digital. So I got
Yep.
a controller that's pretty dope. It has Spotify. It streams Tidal music,
Damn.
Spotify, and all these other things. So I literally don't even need to have music. I just play it off the web, queue it up. I listen to Tidal on the go, make my playlist, and get on my decks, and it's ready to rock. It's pretty dope. It's changed
Yeah.
so much. Um, I've done a lot with music, and I want to do more, and that's part of why I'm doing this right now to try to get to a point where I can focus on doing the things I'm passionate about. And that's one of the great things about this wave right now, this opportunity right now. It's not about crypto,
Man.
it's not about blockchain, it's about an opportunity that's a new gateway that's opening up. And a
Facts.
chance for the little guy to stand tall with the big guys. And yeah, I mean, the biggest money makers are people who own intellectual property. And right now, if you're a creative artist, you can put out some creative NFTs and develop your IP. And then in a few
Yes.
more years or months, maybe, because things are going rapidly, you're going to find websites where you could lease out your IP to other people and make money off of it that way and expand the potential of your asset. It's
Yes,
crazy.
and that's exactly what I'm seeing in the space. It's like you got to be on this every day, or it's gonna like
Oh, yeah.
evolve so fast that So I'm on it every single day, and that same thing I'm trying to. I want to essentially clone myself on the internet, and then let my digital version work for me for the rest of my life. And then pass that intellectual property on to my kids. I don't want to never sell my Bitcoin. I don't want to sell my Algorand. I want my kids to
Yeah, so I'm trying to
inherit these
spot to get
assets.
those coins. I'm trying to be an owner in the network.
Exactly, and that's the
I'm not trying
difference.
to make money. I'm trying to own a network.
Exactly, bro. So that's what I'm excited with this whole space. It's like, yeah, owning the blockchain, owning the network, and then actually having your intellectual property on there working for you. We staking. We got coins on coins on coins right now.
Yeah,
And then
coins that make coins.
yes, and then if we
Like
want to talk,
a
let's
house comparison.
exactly. Let's talk house or mass adoption real quick. CRO, the crypto.com just signed the Lakers with the Lakers for like
Stable.
Staples is over now. It's crypto.com arena. So we seeing this is happening. That only means we're doing the right thing by being in this space. Now CRO coins in the top like 15 now. Past up actually even Algorand. And the Algorand had that pump as we was talking about last night to let us know it's happening.
Hmm.
Yeah, how you feeling about this mass adoption? Like,
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm so happy, and I hope I'm going to continue to do me to educate as many people as I can. Those who listen are going to benefit, and those who don't, they're going to flip their coins, and I'm going to buy them.
exactly. Hey, I'm a
That's all I'm
buy
going
and
to say.
hold.
I ain't mad at you. Go ahead and sell. Make your little fiat. I'm going to take your coins. It's all good.
Exactly. It don't make no sense to be like like right now. Like I can understand if you got a trading account, but if you don't have your long term positions, that you're gonna hold, it's kind of insane at this point because like the market just passed 3 trillion, so now it's floating at above, under and above 3 trillion. What happens when we get to six?
All right. Look, the only way I will sell my Algorand would be if it took a huge pump, then a giant dip. So I'll drop for the pump, let it dip, and rack it all
you know,
up.
I got
That
my
way,
shit locked in
that's what I
governance.
started with. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, right now I can't do nothing because government. So
I'm in governance. Because
government.
then all my extra algo, I've been, I used it up to buy more Yieldly and Opolis. You
We're the
know,
same way, bro.
yeah. So it's like I'm like always like,
Operates. Isn't that crazy? You got
bro.
an altcoin or ASA rather
Yep.
that has more value than the network it's on. And it hasn't
Essentially,
even launched.
I know. But people don't realize it's like we got markets. Opolis is in the small cap space right now at being $150 million, which means we got a lot of X in the go, even though it already did like a 5 to 7X.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
crazy.
and if it can only be 10% of what Algorand is worth as in market cap, we at the moon.
I agree.
Yeah,
Speaking of
and
moon, it happens to be my last name.
facts. Yeah.
But that's why
So
I try to push a little harder,
yep.
and like that whole wave of everybody pushing, hey, to the moon, to the moon. I'm like, well, I'm already there. I'm trying to go beyond that.
I know. Yeah.
Like the
Shout out
next,
to Johnny Moon. You know what I'm saying?
I
Uh.
started this whole thing because I have a bigger project in mind. So
Yep.
right now, after all this with this whole thing for NYC homage. The big project that I'm really passionate about, it's going to be, and I want it to be the first SNFT GameFi experience on the Algorand blockchain.
So a security NFT, that's what he's talking about. When he means an S NFT, it's what Opulus did. It's what I've been talking about, the S NFTs. So a security gamified NFT. Let's break that down a little bit more.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
So that's the overall structure of how the game is going to work. But the theme behind it, it's a cannabis
Getting into
cultivation
that tree.
simulator. So essentially, what we're going to do for the launch is we're going to sell some exclusive NFTs, and those NFTs will be used as founders tickets, and profits raised from that is going to go to hire the developers to get the project going. Essentially, what you're going to do within the game is you'll be able to purchase seeds, plant
Seeds?
seed,
Yep.
cannabis seeds. You plant your seeds, and then you care for it. So you water it, you give it nutrients, you put it on the right light cycles, you deal with pest control, all these things. It's a real world simulator of educating people on cannabis and how it really works and the whole process behind it. Because I look at all these cannabis games, and it's so cheesy and it has no real reflection of real life situations.
Mm-hmm.
People are completely uneducated, and they're trying to keep it at this with that bad image. Like they keep pushing it as if it's a drug, and it's not. It's medicine, and we all know that at this point. So I want to change that mindset and educate people on cannabis.
Hey, bro.
And the whole process behind it. So
Yeah.
basically, what you're gonna do is you buy a seed, you interact with it, and you can grow your yield. Once your plant's fully matured, then you can sell it on the market.
So
And
we talking like Pokemon seeds,
yeah, so
essentially.
the more you care for your plant, the higher the yield grows and the higher the value grows. So you know how you have your common cards, you
Yep.
can grow it all the way out to legendary and have more value to it.
I could dig
And
it.
yeah, and that's just a little sneak peek on what I want to do with that project, and it's so much more, so much more.
See, and that's the thing about what I'm like. Like the other night, I was watching one of my earlier videos from like February talking about NFTs. And then from now, my understanding is like, 100x from where I was at. So I 100% see the utility of what you're saying. These developers out here, or you can contact them. They're not far out of reach in the Algorand community. And then we got, like I wrote you, we got the NFT calendar. That's something I would definitely tap into. And there's a whole bunch of folks around those circles that are like, pushing this shit. And we talking about cannabis. I'm in Oregon, bro. It's all the green out here.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's another. So green is out here, and so once the mass adoption continues to happen, like I think it was Portugal, one of the countries, the whole country's weed friendly. Canada, the whole country's weed friendly. So the market in America eventually will be the whole country's weed friendly, which means exactly. And what you're saying is you growing your seeds, you are already in that community. So once the mass adoption of tree come, you could be one of those go-to guys. I could dig it.
I'm honestly just I'm trying to put out an incredible product, not to make money, simply to build a community. Because one, the
Yes.
cannabis community is massive, and it's all about love and peace and sharing. And I got that same experience out of the Algorand community. So I
Yep.
think it's a beautiful fit.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to the Algorand community. Let me rant about that.
I'll go
That
rant about.
I'll go rant. That's nice. I like that. But yeah, real talk. That's
I'll
what.
go with that blockchain.
Yeah, all of that because everybody in the community that I've talked to, I don't know how many people has been on this channel, but a lot of different artists and entrepreneurs and whoever has been on here, and I'm loving it because then we're sharing and educating on this channel, and then you can damn near write anything on Twitter and people got your back. You can write on one of these Discord and Telegrams, and people was like, "Oh, yeah, here's the info." They want you to win in this community, and I think that shit is fire.
It's because we all have an invested interest.
Exactly,
If you bring
blockchain.
something else of value to the blockchain, you're bringing up the value of my assets.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I'm going to help you get there because I have long-term invested interest.
Exactly. All right, man. You got any more like info you would like to share on your project or art before you let the people know how to find you.
Well, right now, the best bet is to scan the QR code you see here. There'll be more info in the description, I'm sure. But want to say once the project launches, they're going to be rolling out in small batches,
Okay.
just so that I could gear the value within the community. I don't want to have it overshot, but some of them going to be on a limited. So keep an eye out for that. I will post it on social media. What are common, uncommon cards, rare and legendary, so that you could keep your mindset and going in. It's like, is it the right investment for me? But the last bunch of the batches, they will all be going into auction. So get a piece while you can, and if you see something that's going to be no longer available, only for auction, get it while you can, because
Yeah,
auctions could take that to 100x easy
Facts.
within 5 minutes.
Yeah, I see some crazy auctions recently. Like, you never know what the hell could happen in this space right now. You never know.
Life changing.
Yeah. So can you let the people know how to get in, contact with you or connect with you? What social sites, apps, websites, those type of things.
Right now, one of the best places to contact me is the Passive Income Network Discord channel.
Yep.
I'm up in there, active in there.
Yep.
I got my personal Instagram, which is Johnny Moon NYC, or you could follow us on our NFT page, which is that's so NYC NFT, or on Instagram or Facebook.
So yeah. So y'all look out for that. Remember, join the Discord, follow them on Instagram, Facebook. You'll find links and whatnot in the Discord on this video. I'll share it on Twitter. Man, I appreciate you, Johnny Moon, for tapping in.
Oh, my pleasure, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna appreciate you. I'm gonna stop the recording.